The station's crawling with the Arkham Knight's militia. I need to clear them out and find the access point they're using to hack into the transport network.
CCTV. For the shock. Good. We're gonna need it. You think he's coming? Oh, I know he is. Arkham Knight. Who is that? Get over here. I'll shoot him down and see what happened.
You're dead! Oh, wait. Does that mean I'm dead? Get up, Bruce! Get up!
The station's crawling with the Arkham Knight's militia. I need to clear them out and find the access point they're using to hack into the transport network.
For the shock. Good. We're gonna need it. You think he's coming? Oh, I know he is. Arkham Knight just kidnapped his friend. We got the drone. No catching us off guard. You better not. Batman accesses that terminal. I don't know what Scarecrow and the Arkham Knight will do to us. Factory blew up, but I don't see anything. He went this way! We got him!
You should take better care of yourself, Patsy. There's two of us in there.
The station's crawling with the Arkham Knight's militia. I need to clear them out and find the access point they're using to hack into the transport network.
CCTV. For the shock. Good. We're gonna need it. You think he's coming? Oh, I know he is. Teeth. Guy's out cold. Bat hits hard. Bullets. Harder. Bring him on. Nothing we can do for him. We spread out. Get revenge. Guys okay? See anything? Report. I'm okay. Yeah, me too. Yeah, all good. Nothing here. We'll be fine if we keep it tight and work together.
Where is he? Guy's like a ghost. Yeah, a freaking angry ghost. The knight just kidnapped his friend. Hey, that's not our fault. We were... Keep looking. We need to hold this position.
Report in, all of you.
Roger. Copy. Copy that.
Where are the others? Man down above the restaurant. I found him. Injured man over here.
Got another. Nothing we can...
Glad you're putting up a fight, Batman. I expected nothing less.
With the Arkham Knight's men taken care of, I can use their uplink terminal to lower the bridges.
Isn't that Barbara's job? Oh, right. In all the excitement, I almost forgot. You don't really believe old Jimbo's gonna forgive you if you save her. He holds a grudge, Bats. I should know.
Alfred, I've re-enabled the bridge controls.
Marvelous. I'm rebooting the network now.
Forget Scarecrow. It's time to face your one true nemesis, Batman.
Oh dear. Is that who I think it is?
Enigma. Contact me when you're ready with the bridge.
Riddle me this. Why would a Batman visit an abandoned orphanage?
Eddie, sweetie, you confused me with Robin. The big guy and I aren't all that close.
I know. It's because of what will happen to a feline friend if he doesn't get here in time. Shocked, Dark Knight? Stunned? You didn't expect this, did you? That is because you are no match for me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and your intellectual superior. Did you think I would just forget our last meeting, Dark Knight? You humiliated me. I know you will not beat me this time. It is utterly impossible. You cannot do it. I have won already. I will mock your attempts to solve my conundrums. I will stand triumphant over your bloodied corpse. And as the dim light fades for good in your tiny dullard's mind, your final thought will be how I have bested you. Come to the orphanage, detective, or she dies.
That creature's still at large on Miyagani Island. I'm going to hunt it down and take a blood sample, determine who or what it is.
Remind me to hit a toy shop before we leave. Told my kid I was gonna buy him a present.
Alfred, run analysis on the blood sample I just uploaded.
Right you are, Master Bruce. I'm searching for possible matches now. How you managed to get this sample is beyond me, sir. Ah, here we are. The blood is heavily mutated, but we have a partial match, a Dr. Kirk Langstrom.
Search for any properties in Gotham owned or leased by Dr. Langstrom.
Certainly. Let me see. Ah, he and his wife lease a basement laboratory in Chinatown. I'm sending you the address.
When Alfred has rebooted the system, I'll be able to bring the Batmobile onto Miyagani Island.
Where the hell did he go? He was right there. Get him!
Are you scared of any criminals of Gotham? Of the tanks rolling across the road? The armed men patrolling your streets? Be calm. They're not hunting you.
All right, riddle me this, fellas. What do you call the guy who takes down the bat? I don't... A hero, that's what! I don't get it. You wanna break the bat? Then forget Scarecrow, Two-Face, Penguin, and the rest of those punks. Enigma's the man with the plan. The riddle guy? Nah, I'm not buying it. Trust me, this guy's IQ is through the roof. You wanna catch the Dark Knight, you need to be smart. Enigma's smarter than all of yous put together. If he's so smart, how come the bat's still out there? Enigma's got a plan. You'll see. You don't believe me? Go ask Catwoman. She's right in there, all tied up and waiting for the bat to come save her. That's when the fun starts.
I gotta say, Bats, it is good to be back. Gotham just wasn't the same without me, was it? I mean, Scarecrow's the biggest bad guy in town. Woo-hoo. Not for long. You know what I love about firefighters? They run towards the danger. Love the new car, Bats. Oh, all those guns. It's like an evil clown was whispering in your ear as you drew up the designs.
I used to work for Joker. Riddler's the boss of the year by comparison.
I did it! I actually did it! I mean, of course I did. Good. As expected.
Batman, while you and Scarecrow were amusing yourselves by blowing up a chemical factory, I, your one true nemesis, had more brain cell bursting riddles constructed within Gotham. True nemesis, your one true nemesis. You see, turn your back for a moment. Turn your back and I pounce.
This is no territory of yours, Batman. It is mine, and you will suffer my dominance.
With the others.
So proud of you, honey. Go on. Tell them what you've done.
Hello, world. No, that's terrible.
Go on. Just be yourself.
Okay. Full genetic resplicing was a success. The recombinant molecule...
Honey, you're doing it again. How about in English?
Yes, of course. Sorry. So, what we've done is merged the DNA of Desmodus rotundus, the vampire bat, into the human chain. This breakthrough it will prevent and cure deafness in all humanity. How is that?
Perfect, sweetie.
Are you getting this, honey?
I think so. Is the red light on? Kirk? Honey, are you okay? Oh my God! Kirk! I'm so proud of you, honey. Go on. Tell them what you've done.
Hello, world. No, that's terrible.
Go on. Just be yourself.
Okay. Full genetic resplicing was a success. The recombinant molecule...
Honey, you're doing it again. How about in English?
Yes, of course. Sorry.
Blunt trauma to the head.
What
Langstrom had no idea what he was doing.
Of this modus rotundus, sorry, the vampire bat into the human chain. This breakthrough could...
There's a computer. Maybe it contains some answers.
How was that?
Perfect, sweetie.
Are you getting this, honey?
I think so.
This computer stores all of Dr. Langstrom's research. Mixing his DNA with a vampire bat? That was never going to end well. If I search through his files, I may be able to create an antidote to his condition. I need to isolate the man-bat's signature and remove it from Langstrom's DNA. That's it. I've created a clean DNA sample. Now all I need to do is make him take his medicine. Alfred, I've synthesized a cure in Langstrom's lab. Now I just need to find him.
Any idea where he may be hiding?
He's not in control of his actions. He could be anywhere.
No one knows this city better than you, Master Bruce. You'll find him.
Go on. Tell them what you've done.
Hello, world. No, that's...
His wife? Your parents? What is it about dead relatives that turned you into a giant rodent?
Can't wait to see Bat. And the Arkham Knight go toe to toe. You know, I don't think I've ever killed a firefighter before. Really? That surprises me. Yeah, I've worked cops, paramedics, coast guards, traffic wardens, pest control, but never firefighters. Tonight's a special night for you, man. You guys are crazy! He can't help it. When he starts collecting, he has to get the whole set. Yeah, I remember collecting baseball cards when I was a kid. Me? You were with Two-Face?
Alfred, I found another body. The mutilation pattern looks to be identical to the previous murder victim.
Then it appears Gotham does indeed have a serial killer in its midst. And here I was thinking this evening couldn't get any worse.
I'm going to scan the body for unique identifiers. This wound is relatively fresh, inflicted while the victim was still alive. Abrasion to the epidermal layers confirms the somewhat crude removal of a tattoo. The position of this scar indicates the victim underwent surgery to remove one of their kidneys. A plate made of tantalum, used here for a cranial fracture, most probably the result of a boxing accident. The victim's calloused knuckles would only be acquired by a professional fighter. Alfred, the victim's name is Ella Montgomery.
It appears the kidney was donated to a twin sister who unfortunately died. This seems to have been the catalyst for her boxing pursuits, and hence the cranial injury. She went missing in Huntsville, Alabama.
Another person taken from outside the Gotham area.
A significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred. There has to be something linking them together.
I'll try my best, sir.
No way Scarecrow's ever gonna detonate those bombs. It's a bluff. He needs us.
I gotta say, Bats, it is good to be back. Gotham just wasn't the same without me, was it? I mean, Scarecrow's the biggest bad guy in town. Not for long.
You're always chasing Dark Knight. You always lag behind. You could have struck first, ended me and every villain long ago, but you're afraid.
Control Falcon, boss. We got something. There's a body strung up on a rooftop in Bristol. Over. Damn animal.
A hero, that's what. I don't get it. You wanna break the bet? Then forget Scarecrow, Two-Face, Penguin, and the rest of those punks. Enigma's the man with the plan. The riddle guy? Nah, I'm not buying it. Trust me, this guy's IQ is through the roof. You wanna catch the Dark Knight, you need to be smart. Enigma's smarter than all of yous put together. If he's so smart, how come the bat's still out there?
You won't be walking out of here.
Riddler has Catwoman. Tell me why.
I don't know anything, I swear. I just tied her up and I left her inside.
Why? What's Nigma's play?
I ain't got a clue. I just brought her here and planted some of these trophies nearby. That's it, you gotta believe me.
I do.
Come in, Control. We have rioters on Miyagami Island. Falcon 5-0.
When Alfred has rebooted the system, be able to bring the Batmobile onto Miyagani Island.
Batman? That had better be you. And you had better be sorry.
Keep still. Are you okay?
Perfect. What little girl doesn't dream of being bait for her strapping Dark Knight?
We're leaving.
You might be, but I'm not.
Ah, both contestants are finally here. Tonight, folks, we've got riddles galore. But first, let me introduce my beautiful assistants. I'm growing tired of my dependence upon the least useless dregs I can scrape from Gotham's utterly uninspired underbelly. Why rely on others for help when you can design, program, engineer, and manufacture it yourself?
Here you go.
What a pair you made. Together, you're just competent enough to survive. Enjoy it while it lasts, Dark Knight. I have more in store for you than hitting things.
All yours.
No doubt you enjoyed that, Detective. It's the most fun you'll have all night. You see, Dark Knight, this feisty felonious feline has been fitted with a shiny new collar. With each challenge you complete, you'll get one little key. Collect every key and the kitty goes free. Remove it too soon and the kitty goes boom! Well, don't just stand there, Dark Knight. Take that rocket-fueled roadster of yours and make your way to the Cauldron Train Yard. My first test is waiting.
I'll be back soon.
You'll be back right away. Guys like Eddie let me be until I started playing nice with the bat.
It's unlike you to get caught. Was it an ambush? Blackmail? A trap?
He invited me.
What?
He said he had a job.
A job?
Of the cat burgling variety. I'm pretty good at it, remember? Not all of us scamper around on rooftops at night because we want to help people, you big brooding Boy Scout. Now where's my key?
Do you do a lot of work for Riddler?
Only when you're not looking.
Selina.
Someone wants something stolen? I'm the one who steals it. You know how this works. Or did you think you'd reformed me? Look, I'm sure standing there like a towering pillar of muscle works on the more impressionable girls, but I'd be much more impressed with some keys. Look, Mr. Tall, Dark, and Brooding, quit looming and start helping. Yes, Batman, I've noticed the new suit. It's very dashing. Now why don't you go play Eddie's games?
Sir, I've regained control of the bridges.
Good work. I'll contact you when I'm in position at Mercy Bridge.
Well, Batman, old boy, this is quite the dilemma, isn't it? Do you save the incompetent friend who got herself kidnapped, or the incompetent friend who got herself kidnapped? Personally, I go see Eddie's latest contrived death gauntlet. I'm sure he went to a lot of trouble. Besides, you can't save all of Barbara. I killed half of her already.
You might want to search the Bristol district, sir. Officers have reported hearing the same opera music associated with other crime scenes you've investigated.
Love the new car bats. Oh, all those guns. It's like an evil clown was whispering in your ear as you drew up the designs.
I need to go back to the bridge to bring the Batmobile onto Miyagani Island. Alfred, we can add a third victim to the list.
This is becoming rather ghastly, sir. It brings to mind a spate of murders at the beginning of your career. It was Halloween then, if I'm not mistaken. Turned out to be rather a long one, if I recall.
I'm going to try and identify the body. I've seen that pattern of scar tissue before. It's a bite mark. Analyzing its radius points to a species of Selachomorpha. This particular variety of shark is only found in the waters off the coast of North Gotham. The victim is fitted with an ocular prosthesis. This specific type of medical-grade acrylic was used only once during a trial 5 years ago. Signs of trauma to the upper arm. At some point, titanium screws have been implanted to repair a fractured humerus. Alfred, the victim's name is Lisa Mendez.
She had quite a troubled upbringing, sir. Orphaned aged 9, foster homes, drug abuse. She developed a talent for surfing, hence the shark attack. Tragically, it's also how she lost her boyfriend. She was working for a Christian charity in Tucson, Arizona, when she went missing.
That's 3 victims, all of them abducted in various places around the country. Keep looking for a connection, Alfred.
Right you are, sir.
The writing by the bodies suggests the killer has a higher purpose. It's as if these weren't good enough for what he has in mind.
Do you think there are other victims?
Yes, and I don't know what he has planned for them. A challenge in the Cauldron train yard. Fine, Nigma. I'll play your games, and I'll win. Selina's life depends on it.
Riddler. Talk.
Sure, whatever you say.
We're done.
I never heard of him, and I was in Arkham City.
Detective, you arrived! I thought Catwoman's little predicament might encourage your participation. I realized, you see, that the kind of image-obsessed narcissist who places bat symbols on his hubcaps would never willingly submit himself to the kind of humiliation I have in store. Yet, here you are, Detective. The humiliation is waiting below. Detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground rules for tonight's festivities. Rule the first. What? How did you solve tonight's very first riddle? Well done. Well done. Welcome to my racetrack, Detective. You must complete 3 circuits of this gauntlet, finishing each before the time limit expires. Come now, Detective. Let's put that grotesque ego-mobile to the test. Be ready, Dark Knight. There's more to this test than just going vroom, vroom, really fast. Tick-tock, Detective, tick-tock. Can that ramshackle motor handle this? Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours.
I'm disabling the afterburner's failsafe. I need the extra speed.
Altering synapses keep up with my automatically adjusting course? I'm shocked, Dark Knight. Is that really as fast as it goes? Let's work that undeveloped brain of yours. Once more onto the track, Dark Knight. Once more! Now pay attention, Detective. Go left. You're close, Detective. Don't fumble now. Don't fumble now. deal is over. Such a pity the laws of physics prohibit me from testing my non-Euclidean designs. Now then, Detective, hop on the pressure pad beside me. Listen carefully, Dark Knight. Your friend's life depends on it. Back in the orphanage, a series of glass cabinets have appeared in front of Catwoman. Isn't that right, my dear?
I see them, Eddie.
Good. One of those cabinets, my dear, has your first key inside. The others, they contain less useful keys. Keys that will unlock the admittedly slight contents of your skull all over the orphanage walls. Your job, Detective, is simple. Figure out which cabinet Catwoman must open. And don't get it wrong.
Okay, Batman. Let's see if you're as smart as they say. One down.
Well done to the pair of you. That's the first key collected. Don't expect to be sinking your claws into too many more. Too many more.
Simulation activated.
really believe that a challenge designed by me, the Riddler, would be quite so easy? Oh, Dark Knight, you sweet, naive sentinel, of course it wouldn't! But now I have several hundred terabytes of performance data relating to the latest model of rocket-powered hearse you're driving. With that in mind, I have prepared for you something a little less knuckle-whitening and rather more brow-furrowing in Chinatown. Hurry on over, detective, or it won't be curiosity that kills the cat.
Established. As expected, sir, a small drone force has been deployed to stop you.
Alpha target just to the Diamondback. Armor breached. Direct hit on a rat.
The bomb's payload is exposed. I can use the power winch to trigger a controlled explosion.
Excellent work. Bomb defused.
You can't take out every bomb, Dark Knight. You don't know what it takes.
I'm heading to Mercy Bridge to pick up the trail of the Arkham Knight's vehicle.
Miss Gordon's safety is on all of our minds, sir. Good luck.
Alfred, I'm at the bridge.
One moment, sir. I should probably warn you, there's a significant militia presence ahead.
Duly noted.
I managed to access the files Miss Gordon was working on before her abduction. It would seem she found a weakness in the drones, sir. A direct hit from the Vulcan gun on their sensor array should destroy them with a single shot.
Sergeant, Mercy Bridge is being lowered. He's coming.
Bomber drones online and ready to engage.
Tandem charge warhead, designed to penetrate the toughest armor. I've got surprises too, Batman.
Drone down. Bomber drone taking damage. Arkham Knight, come in. Defense is breached. He's moving onto Miyagani Island.
Not now, Sergeant. Establish roadblocks. Lock the island down.
drone!
It all falls apart, Batman.
The Arkham Knight's vehicle swerved and crashed up ahead.
The peace you built on a foundation of sand.
Car's empty. The Arkham Knight must have taken Oracle and moved on. I should examine the vehicle more closely. The car veered off an empty road. Why? Looks like the driver wasn't wearing his seatbelt. I should find the body. Traces of pepper spray on the right side of the driver's face. Oracle must have been in the passenger seat and deliberately caused the crash. Clever. I should check the area where she was sitting. The door was torn off during the crash. If I can find where it came to rest, I can determine exactly what happened. Torn cleanly off the hinges. The door must have been opened before the crash. Oracle got out. I need to examine the reconstruction, pinpoint where she landed. Oracle got free of the vehicle before the crash. Oracle stopped here. Someone took a shot at her. I should analyze the point of impact for ballistic evidence. The caliber of the weapon is a match for the Arkham Knight's sidearm. The trajectory and impact velocity points to a shooter that matches his height. At this range, he couldn't have missed. A warning shot. I've missed something. Oracle knew she couldn't escape, but she caused this crash for a reason. She must have left a clue while crawling away. Lucius, Oracle left me the Scrambler device at the scene of the crash. Decrypt the data so I can pinpoint the Arkham Knight's location.
This kind of thing was more Miss Gordon's specialty. I'll see what I can do, but it'll take me a little while.
I'll meet you at Wayne Tower when you're ready. Alfred, give me an update on Gotham's Most Wanted.
One moment, sir. Right, these two are just in. A mysterious hooded figure has been spotted on a rooftop in Grand Avenue. He appears to be standing beside a burning bat symbol, sir. It might be wise to establish whether this interloper is friend or foe. Reports are also coming in of a blaze at the Bristol fire station. One suspects arson, sir, as the power to the building has been cut, disabling the fire suppression system. You may wish to investigate.
Someone's lit a burning bat symbol on the Gamby store rooftop. A beacon or a threat? Time to find out.
I can't believe you're Bruce Wayne, Batsy. I mean, I can't believe you're Batman, Brucey. So the whole trust fund playboy fiddling while Rome burns thing is an act? 'Cause I love it.
I trust you have not forgotten me, Batman.
Azrael.
Dark days are here, Batman. The prophecy has come true. From the ashes of Arkham City, the fires are raging, and Gotham is burning.
What do you want?
I can see that same fire in your eyes. Before this night is through, that fire will consume you. Gotham will need a new savior, a new guardian, a new Batman.
I'm not finished just yet.
You cannot carry this burden forever. I have studied you for a long time. You have a code. You will not kill. Then neither shall I. The Order has foreseen it. The time has come to pass the mantle to another warrior. To me.
If you can prove your abilities, when the time is right, I'll consider it. But first, you must show you are worthy.
As you wish.
We'll kill you, freak!
Complete the challenge without getting hit to prove you are worthy.
Again.
beat.
Next time, I will prove myself.
We go again.
We're gonna make this real pain. This thing.
I'm impressed, but you have more to learn. Give me a sign when you are ready.
Sir, I've captured Azrael's performance.
Good work, Alfred. Run the usual physiological tests.
Then am I to understand you're considering him as your successor?
None of us know what will happen after tonight. I'll be in touch.
There are reports of opera music being played in the Kingston district, sir. The killer's calling card. It could be the break we need.
I'm in control. This is Falcon 4. We have a positive on one of the missing firefighters. He's being held in the Grand Avenue area. Over.
Alfred, I found a fourth victim.
Highly regrettable, Master Bruce. All we can do is hope this body yields some clues as to the killer's identity.
An irregularity on the victim's chest. It appears to be a birthmark, quite distinctive. There's a bullet lodged deep in the upper bicep. This type of ammunition is predominantly used with a hunting rifle that hasn't been manufactured in over a decade. The left foot is missing several toes. The site of amputation suggests the removal of non-viable tissue in the treatment of frostbite.
Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Robert Kincaid.
He was a microbiologist who worked for Stag Enterprises. Many believe the shooting was connected to Kincaid's knowledge of controversial research, although that remains unverified. He took a teaching post in Atlanta, which is where he was reported missing.
Have you found anything linking the victims?
I can find no personal or professional links between the victims, but they each went missing near state parks or playing fields.
Try and find anything connecting those places.
Of course, sir. I'll look into it.
I'm heading to Wayne Tower. If we can decrypt the Arkham Knight security protocols, we should be able to track his location.
If he thinks he can hide from you, sir, he's in for something of a surprise.
I think this is gonna be one special Halloween. This ain't Batman's turf no more. You better get used to it.
Control, rioters spotted in Grand Avenue. Over.
Nice of you to drop in, Mr. Wayne.
I suppose you weren't really dressed for the front entrance.
Have you finished the decryption?
Fully decoded. I've downloaded all recent militia radio transmissions and their corresponding coordinates to your machine.
Thanks, Lucius. I can scan the network for the Arkham Knight's voice print and determine the location of his last broadcast.
You know, if I'd ever been curious about your identity, I would have torn off that mask years ago. I always figured the truth would be a letdown. But I have to admit, masquerading as Gotham's least interesting socialite is one hell of a cover story. The dead parents are just icing on the cake.
You had to go and spoil the surprise. I was hoping to keep her under wraps until she's ready. Next generation disruptor. She's still a couple of weeks from completion, but I figured you'd appreciate a working prototype. I should have her with you later on this evening.
Thanks, Lucius. I think I might need it.
Improved range and accuracy, Mr. Wayne. You'll be able to jam firearms and mute irritating ringtones from 200 meters away.
Identity confirmed. Good evening, Mr. Wayne. Upload waveform for analysis.
Now I've waited long enough. Batman dies. Tonight.
Scanning communications for voice print match. Location verified.
Got it. The Knight's transmitting from the Miyagani tunnel network.
Glad to be of assistance, Mr. Wayne. While you're here, we've been working on some further upgrades for your car. Let me know where you'd like us to focus our efforts. Ah, you'll like this. Wrote it myself when I saw what you were up against this evening. The drone virus hijacks the militia tank's weapon systems and causes them to target their allies. An upgrade to your weapons generator will let you overcharge the Batmobile's secondary weapons. You'll be a force to be reckoned with. Excellent choice. I'll prepare it right away. Now, if there's anything else you need, I'll be here all night. It's not like I could leave this city even if I wanted to.
Bruce? It's Vicky. Are you there? I know you're listening to these messages. Look, if it's about that article, blame Ryder. I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Call me, okay? I miss you, Brucey.
Brucey?
Bruce, it's Cassie. You do remember me, right? Listen, I had, so much fun the other night. You were nothing like what I read in the papers. Anyway, call me when you get this. I have a couple of cute friends who are dying to meet you.
Mr. Wayne, Lex Luthor calling. Apologies for going via your direct line, but I grow tired of these games. LexCorp has made a very generous offer for Wayne Tech's Applied Sciences division, yet your persistent unavailability begins to look less like a busy schedule and more like deliberately antagonistic behavior. Come now, meet with me. I'm sure we can come to an agreement. A man of your refined taste doesn't need an Applied Sciences division after all. He needs another $1 billion.
Bruce, it's Kate. You're coming to Maggie and I's engagement thing next week, aren't you? No one's seen you in months, Bruce. And you taught me the importance of keeping up appearances.
You have two new messages. Bruce, this is your father calling. It's time we had a talk, son. You know, about the dressing up. Next new message. Bruce, this is your mother calling now. I just want to say... Oh, sorry. It's so funny, you know, because they're dead.
Bruce? It's Vicky. Are you there?
Take care, Mr. Wayne. You know where to find me.
Alfred, I've traced the Arkham Knight to the Miyagani tunnel system.
Excellent news, sir. But I'm detecting a significant drone presence in the area. It would be folly to engage them without the Batmobile.
Noted.
Shall I open the south entrance?
Hold off until I get there, Alfred. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Simultaneous strike capabilities. Then faster.
Drone's been hit. Armor breach on Mamba drone. Mamba down. Offline. Get back! Strikes on multiple friendlies. Status update. Entrance armor disabled.
Alfred, I'm at the tunnel entrance. Open the doors.
Just a moment, sir. I'm accessing the building's security mainframe.
Alfred, there's another blast door. I need you to open it.
Oh dear. It seems they've locked me out of the system. They must know you're here.
Don't worry, Alfred. I'll find another way in. Have you made any progress on the cure?
Getting there. Hey, I haven't heard from Barbara for a while. Is she okay?
She's fine. She's working on something for me. It's important.
But she's safe, right?
Don't worry, Tim. Just keep working on that cure.
That's how very me of you. Though I can see why you didn't tell him after old Jimbo's hysterical overreaction. Still, if you cared about Barbara the way that little sidekick of yours does, maybe she wouldn't have got kidnapped in the first place. They're star-crossed, Patsy. Like me and you. Shame they're being torn apart thanks to your crusade. So let's recap. Barbara's kidnapped, and let's face it, probably dead. You're lying to Loverboy Wonder about it, and dear old Jim's marched off on his lonesome to save the day. Not your best day at the office, Bats. Something on your mind? Out of his cage. You can't force him to slave over your cure. Plus, if he gets himself killed out there, you won't have to tell him about Barbara. It's win-win. Your nasty case of Jokeritis? Not a chance. I'm chronic, Brucey. I'm lingering. We both know there's no cure for me. Can you remember when it was simple? Back in the old days when it was just you, me, a regular war against crime? Well, take a look, Bats. Things change. Now it's just war, with you standing right bang in the center. Of course, like with any war, there are casualties. It's inevitable, unavoidable. Like death. Well, maybe not death. I seem to have sidestepped that one. Still, not all of us are so lucky. Remember Talia? Of course you do. How could you forget a girl like that? All it took was one piece of lead to end your hopes of a happily ever after. You blamed me, of course, but you were wrong. You put her in my crosshairs, Bats. Sure, she didn't do herself any favors, but it was you. You see, people trust you. They believe in you. They follow you into your war, and you are about to get them all killed.
I can't draw the malicious attention while they're there.
I need to find a way to bring the Batmobile through before I engage them.
How long you been down here? A week? I've been here a month. A month? In this dirty rat-infested tunnel? I've stayed worse places. Really? I went deep cover in Pinadura. Had to act like a regular prisoner until the strike team hit.
I can't fight them without the car. Too risky.
Make sure you get that thing on straight. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna come up there and...
I need to find a way to bring the Batmobile through before I engage them.
Is he rich? This stuff looks expensive. They're all custom made. Designed to take down this Batman. I don't get it. He's just one man. You saw the briefing, right? No, you must have missed it. Well, I did. He's good. He's very good.
But an army? Really, to take out one guy?
Hey, Bats. You see these guys? Think they own Gotham. What are we going to do about it?
It's tied because he wasn't wearing his damn seatbelt.
Yeah, she can fight too. Had a couple of ninja sticks hidden in her wheelchair. Went straight for the boss when he grabbed.
You're not going anywhere, man. Tri-weave titanium-coated armor plate. Nice. Unless you know exactly where to shoot. You're good, Dark Knight. Even better than I remember. It's gonna make it even more satisfying when I kill you. Oh, and don't worry about Barbara. I'll take better care of her than you ever did. Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with minds. You're not getting